Hey everyone, Paul here. And today we're looking at Masters of the Universe, Masterverse, She-Ra from New Etheria. So this is pretty cool. I've been holding on to this for a while, like I have been with a lot of my things that aren't Transformers. Even though, Transformers, I have a lot still that I need to go through. But, so, part of the 40th anniversary. Now, one thing I'm not a fan of, the face doesn't quite match the one there. Yeah, it just doesn't quite look right. But it's okay, because it still looks okay, I guess. I mean, it's just not the same. So 30 points of articulation. Get a nice box art there. We get to see the Pegasus. And on the back, a little bit of writing. She-Ra, the most powerful woman in the universe. For the honor of Grayskull, She-Ra stands with the powers of New Etheria against the evil horde, and protects the boundaries of the universe from an invasion. We see she's holding her sword there, she got her shield, and two other figures in this line, Terraclaw Skeletor, which I do have, and Ninjor, which I'm not going to get. I have to tell myself not to get ones that I'm not interested in. I have a bad habit of just getting all of them in a line, just because, but I'm not doing that anymore. I'm just getting ones I actually want. But let's get her open and take a closer look. Alright, here's She-Ra out of the box. And, of course, she came with extra hands. Let's take a look at those. So they're just fists. She has two of them. And they're pretty easy to take on and off. Oh, I hate moving her, though. We'll get into that later. A little bit of force just to get them off. But I think going in was easier. Nope, I take that back. No, actually, no. There it is. Yeah, alright. It just doesn't make that sound when you push it in, the click. But, whatever. Still good. Oh, that one clicks. Well, how come the other hand doesn't? Then she comes with her sword. I like it. Golden color. A little jewel. It's on both sides. Very nice. And she comes with her shield, with again a jewel in the center. This one isn't painted on, it's a separate clear piece of plastic, whereas this is painted. But it's cool. You can see she put her hands right through the straps on there. And this is her holding both her things. So the sword goes in pretty easy. The shield, that's a bit of a problem. So if she has her hands on, you can't really slide this smaller one over the hands. It got stuck. It's very hard to do. So you have to kind of take the hand off to put it on. Otherwise, her hand will be right underneath the strap, which doesn't seem right. That looks great. Alright, so before we start talking about the figures, I had two things I have a problem with. One would be, well, her feet. They're kind of hard to get them to be completely flat so you can stand nice. At least mine is. It seems like one leg is a little bit longer than the other. So she kind of does tilt that way. That's kind of weird. And it's like no matter what I do, like I can't shove this part in anymore. It's where it's supposed to be. I tried twisting the legs around up here and down there. But no, it is what it is, I guess. And the other thing I don't like is the cape. It's a nice looking cape, except the way they package it. They have the clear plastic on the front, and then a clear plastic on the back, and then on the back, they put the cape through this little slot. It's supposed to keep the cape protected, I guess. But yet, this is what you get. A little bit of crunching around there. So, it doesn't look that great. Now that I don't have I'm not comparing her to the box, it looked good. It actually has more of a realistic face to her than the other one they came out with. So that's not bad. And I like the, I don't know, it's not a mask, not a crown either. Headgear. Looks pretty cool, looks feathery. And she's got a little jewel right in the middle. And of course, that's just painted on. I like her boots. Again, looks kind of feathery. I just like that design, it looks really cool. And it matches the rest of her, because even like her costume has all those textured lines on there. Another jewel right there in the center of her abdomen. Very good. Just a great looking figure. The skirt looks cool. Lift up the cape a little bit. There we go. Another cool thing is, it looks like her shoulder pads are kind of floating, but they're actually connected to her necklace. So, colors. There is this pearlescent white, pinks, gold, green, blonde. I mean, yeah. Very cool. Simple looking, not many colors, but wow, they did it is like, I love this. The pearlescent look to it. The shininess. Alright, so some articulation for her. Now, you're not going to get much for around the head because her hair is long. And she also has these parts of the hair goes over the shoulders, around the neck. So, turning to about there. Other way. Oh, and then her hair does interfere with those shoulder pads. Fix that. Alright. Now, she can look down or straight. She has a little bit of a head tilt, but not much. Kind of is like it wasn't even meant to do that. It's just the way it was kind of built. Then we get the arms. They can go. Yeah, her stiffs are real. Her joints are real stiff. But yeah, pretty much up to there because of the shoulder pads. You can move them out of the way, but she can go out to there. She can rotate at the elbow. Let's see how good her elbow is. Alright, so you're only going to get a 90 out of it. You got the hands. They can spin, and they have that little pivot action. Then we go down to her chest area. That can turn. Can it turn all the way? Let's find out. Yes, it can. It doesn't come apart. Woohoo! So she can side to side, forward, back. Then we got at the waist. That can go all the way around. Let's get her arms out of the way. And the legs. So luckily, her skirt is molded in a way that actually gives her legs a little bit of freedom. So she can do a split. Because usually when it's soft plastic, but not fabric, so it still would have some limitations if it was longer. So let's see, forward, to there, back, to there. We can rotate up near the top of the thigh. Then we get the knees, double jointed. Not bad. Then we get down here with the ankle guard, or shin guard, I mean, or boot, whatever. That can twist. That's why I thought there was something wrong, like this was not all the way connected because it can twist. I thought maybe it was loose. That's why one leg is longer than the other, but no, it's in there. Then we get the feet. So the feet, down, forward. They can do that little rotate. And she got little peg holes down there, so you can put her on a stand. Cool. Which I'll have to buy more, because I'm kind of low on those. I try to put little peg stands on all my figures, because they like to fall down. Because of the way they're made. Especially like Marvel Legends and He-Man, Master of the Universe. They like to fall. DC I'm not sure on. I don't have many DC figures. I do. I just don't know where they are. Well, no, a lot of them got destroyed when my basement flooded. Still haven't gotten around to replacing them yet. I'm now trying to figure out how to get her to stand again. See, you can just see there is a difference in the legs. Why? Alright, well that's just been my review of Mattel's Masters of the Universe new Etheria She-Ra, the most powerful woman in the universe, from the Masterverse line. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. And as always, you all have yourselves a good one, and I will see you later.